Hey everybody, welcome back to another Your Tech Report video, and today we're going to be talking about 5 things we love about the Mavic Air. Now normally this is something that we do back in the studio, but since this is a drone and it's meant to be used outside, why not do this piece outside? And before you say anything, there are a lot of features about this drone that we already love, that you're already familiar with. Its portability, its speed, ease of use, all that really cool stuff. So we thought we'd pick out 5 things that maybe you weren't as familiar with, and those are the things that we're going to cover today. So in no particular order, here are the 5 things we love about the Mavic Air drone. Now, first off is its stability. Now, I've had DJI drones since almost the beginning. I remember my first FC40 that I loved flying, and it was a stable drone. But as, newer drones came out with newer technology, better software, we saw the stability get better and better to the point where the Mavic Air, when it lifts up off the ground, it's almost as if it's on an invisible pillar that rises out of the ground. No shakiness, no twitchiness, and a lot of drones that have GPS lock, you still expect to be pretty steady in the air. Most drones that have GPS are, to an extent, fairly steady. This guy simply doesn't move. It's locked in place when it flies in the air. It just stays right there for you. And when you have a drone that's this stable, it gives you more confidence, makes you feel more comfortable to do a little bit more with it, to be a little more acrobatic in your flying, give it a little more speed, be a little more aggressive in the shots you're trying to get. So if you're looking for a stable drone, the Mavic Air is almost as stable as you can get. And at this price point, it's amazing. The next thing I want to talk about is the Mavic Air's battery. And I'm not talking about flight time, even though for me 21 minutes of flight time is plenty. I rarely keep my drone in the air more than 10 to 12 minutes at a time anyway. I'm talking about how well these batteries hold their charge. Now, any of the drones that I've had in the past, including the Mavic Pro, if I have my batteries charged up and let's say I don't go flying for 3, 4, maybe 5 days after charging, I'll see significant loss in those batteries to the point where I really have to recharge all of them to make sure they're topped off and ready for a full day of flight. With this, after 3 or 4 days of charging and just leaving them in the bag, I came back, went to top them off. They were already completely charged. They didn't lose anything, and I was really impressed by this. First time it's ever happened with any of my drones that I didn't have to top off the batteries when it was time to fly. Now, I know they tell you anyway, you shouldn't really leave your batteries charged. You should drain them and only charge them when you're ready to use them, but I don't have that kind of self-discipline, so I tend to leave them charged. And the nice thing about the Mavic Air is that they always stay charged, at least after 4 days or so. The next thing I wanted to mention was the new quick shot called Asteroid. Now, I know some of you think these are kind of gimmicky, but for me, they're really kind of cool, especially this new one called Asteroid, where the drone pulls away from you, much like a droney shot, except it keeps on pulling back, and to the point where it looks like the world is wrapped around a marble that you're standing on. It's really, really cool. And that's another great feature about DJI drones and these drones in general is they can add features, they can add these new shots with software updates. So to me, being able to add these new shots, have these new automated shots at the touch of a button, get something like the Asteroid shot, it's really cool. And it's one of those things that when you show your friends the kind of shot that you got with the Mavic Air, not only is the video quality beautiful, but also these cool quick shots like Asteroid are so cool to look at. Next up is APAS, which is tied into obstacle avoidance. Now, traditional obstacle avoidance for these drones, and it has 3 sets of sensors. We have sensors on the front, on the bottom, and on the back. But the nice thing about this drone is it doesn't just stop when it reaches an obstacle. It'll actually go around the obstacle. That's what APAS is. And what's important about this is, yes, it keeps your drone safe by not flying into something, but if you're getting a great shot and suddenly something gets in the way, if you're tracking something, now your shot isn't stopped and ruined. It actually can see that obstacle and move around it fluidly, so you're not losing your shot. You can actually continue shooting. If you're a videographer or just like getting great videos from the sky, APS might seem like a gimmicky thing, but the ability to not lose your shot just because there's an obstacle in front of you is a great addition. And the last thing I want to talk about is the DJI Go 4 app itself. It's the app that you use in conjunction with your mobile device to actually fly the drone. And this app becomes even more important with the Mavic Air because, unlike the Mavic Pro, the controller, the remote for this device, doesn't actually have a screen built in. You're relying on the user interface that's built into the app to actually get all of your information for the drone. How fast it's going, are you locked into GPS, what elevation are you at, how much battery life is left. This is all communicated to you through the DJI DJI Go app. It's so intuitive, you can sort of figure out how to make changes on the drone, change the settings of you change your video settings, change your regular still camera settings, change your limits in terms of maximum height, maximum distance that the drone can fly away from you. Not only is it displayed really clearly, they make making adjustments really easy with a very clean, very accessible user interface. Again, something that's overlooked a lot of the time, but if you're a drone pilot relying on that interface to actually not only get information, but fly the drone itself, this great app makes the difference between a great experience and a horrible experience. So there you go, 5 things we love about the Mavic Air drone. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If there's something that we missed or maybe a feature that you love that we didn't mention, feel free to let us know with a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell down below. Subscribing not only helps us bring you these videos, it also makes you eligible to enter all of our giveaways, and hitting that little bell means you're going to get notified every time we put out a new video. So we hope you like this one. We hope you're having a great time, as much fun as we are flying the Mavic Air, and we will see you on the next one.